So I think as I've been curating and posting all this content that I wanted it to be relevant and super important, one thing that I forgot to do was remember my why and why I've made the shift that I have in my life, and even wanting to go into business, because quite frankly, I don't want to run a business, but I do feel like I have a story and a message out there that will benefit everyone. So anyways, before we get into all that, I want to get back down to my why. And very simply, my why are my children. They have been the reason why I've done almost everything that I've done, from, you know, getting into the rare disease nonprofit space, to getting into public education, to now even wanting to coach people on breaking generational cycles. And that is, it comes with some bumps and some bruises for sure. And I think the best thing that I can do is, instead of trying to be perfect, because I never will be, nor do I want to be, but it's remembering the why that I'm doing this. And it started out as, again, for my children, but then as I thought about all the things that I've done for my kids, what I also have done is I've brought children into the world, and these children are going to have to go out and play with other people's children and become adults with other people's children who may themselves be broken adults. So it's not just enough to break the cycle for me, but to try to break the cycle and the generational trauma for as many people as I can, for my children and for everyone else's children, so that they don't go out and continue to create more broken children and adults. Because, I mean, look at the state of the world right now. Whatever side of the aisle you were on, I don't care. I truly don't. I honestly hate politics with every fiber of my being, because honestly, it makes people shitty human beings. Full stop. Tribalism, all that bullshit, I don't have time for it. Neither do my kids. Everyone just needs to be a good fucking human. But that's besides the point. I'll get off my soapbox there. But what I mean to say is obviously hurt people, right? And one of the things that I hope to do is, obviously, these hurt people who are hurting people had something happen to them in childhood, whether they had a shitty childhood, whether, and I know it's cliche. It's like, oh, everybody always blames mom, dad, their childhood, sitting on the therapist couch, which I say all the time. Like, my goal in fixing myself was so that my kids aren't on a therapist couch 20 years from now complaining about me. And full stop, they very well may end up on a therapist couch 20 years from now. And that's okay, because I totally believe in therapy, and I've been in therapy most of my life, and it's okay, because therapy is a good thing and I believe in it. But I want to do what I can to prepare my children and everybody else's children as much as they can to go out and face this world. Because if we as parents have not built that solid foundation, made sure that their safety, security, warmth, food needs have been met, they are never going to be able to move up that hierarchy to be their best selves. And I think that's what we're seeing in the world right now. We are seeing people who are not their best selves, and it's hurting the world. And part of my why, again, is to do something about it, because I tell my kids all the time, if you can do something, you should. And be a good human and all those things. What religion, what political thing you are, like I said, I don't give a shit. Not my problem. Just be a good human. Care about other people. And another thing is, don't care about your needs over somebody else's if you can help it. Like, there's room in this space and in this world for everybody to win. We don't need to pick sides here. And if you're doing that, you suck. And you probably need to talk to me. And I don't care if that's offensive to people. Like, I really, really don't. Because, like I said, I have 4 children that are going out into this world, and I want them to grow up in a world that's better. So I think what I'm trying to say in my whole big rant, you might not be able to go back and have the parents, the childhood, the whatever it was that you were lacking. What you can do is go back and reparent yourself. And that's part of what I talk about, in some of my course materials and some of the ideas that I've had in my head. There's a reason why I love going to Disney so much, because when I'm in Disney, I get to be a kid again, the kid that I wasn't. And everybody's allowed to be a kid in Disney. But why do I only need to be a kid in Disney? Why can't I be a kid whenever I feel like it? I think we've all forgotten how to be children, quite frankly, and how to let ourselves just play and shed all the labels and the stereotypes and the labels that we've given ourselves that really don't matter. They don't, because the seeds that were sown way back when, the things that we do now, are affecting the future. So we need to go back and correct what we can, so that we can live fully in the present and then focus on the future. And like I said, I know you can't go back in the past. Totally can. But what you can do is right those wrongs, reparent yourself, be the child that you were meant to be so that you could be the adult that you should be, so you could raise the next generation that you want to be. Okay, end of rant. Bye.